in Week 13. On the return, Tremont Smith. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. They've got his man complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 27 yards there, a first down. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw is Garoppolo. That's caught by his tight end, Kylen Granson. Well, this defense for the Texans, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done. The
throw for Tony is intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. 20. And they will score. Pick 6 for the Texans TD. It was third down defensively. They were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it up, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got it.
They get it in. They're going to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Here's Smith to return it. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Well, these two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So a win here in Houston would give them the season sweep. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a pickup of 6. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Garoppolo looks to throw. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, second down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had run quick. It could have been his second, but instead it's fourth down. Blankenship's kick is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Avonte Maddox. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. That just went out the window there with a pick.
Andy, you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words every time we hear that. Things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Touchdown! It's complete. Kylen Granson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts have taken the lead.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Here's Richie James on the return. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
To throw again on 2nd down, Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Now, CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. They'll run on 1st down. Hines. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a give right side. It's Hines. Gets around him, and they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Here's Watson. Flushed out right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? He's having to run with a running back or a tight end. In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. On second down, it's Taylor. And some room to roam now. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 45 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo. And that'll be caught by Tony. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to Tony. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Here's Tony on the quick slant. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. To the right side, this is Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. On 3rd down, it's Taylor. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Colts! Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Colts are going to jump back in front.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Now James returning. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson looking deep for Hilton. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Watson. He'll buy some time right. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off at the 30. And they will have a first down as they are definitely in field goal range now, down at the 20-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Eluding the pressure right. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now it's Watson. Got a man, that's Richie James. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On first down, Watson escaping the pressure right. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Here's Watson. And that's complete to Cooks. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now Watson. And this one is incomplete. And we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level.
Touchdown, Texans! Nyheim Hines. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Here's Smith to return it. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, try to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A beautiful fake. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And really an excellent run, sidestepping tacklers on his way to a pickup of 8. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. To the right side and into the hands of the tight end, Granson. Touchdown, Indianapolis. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is up to 8. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Max 50, Max 50, Max 50. Here we go. D all day. Defense all day.
Back to throw, Watson. He's got Akins, the tight end. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big pickup of 38. The previous play, big on the ground. That one big through the air. Things have jumped up quickly.
Certainly appears that whatever their thought process is on the defensive side of the ball, they're 1 play behind. You know, loaded up for the pass, they hit them with the run. Load up for the run, they hit them with the pass. They've got to get in sync.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Hines, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Rolling to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Desperation time, Watson on 4th down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Brevin Jordan. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. Flush to his right. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted to tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A gain there of 21 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run with Hines. Escapes the defender. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 63 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Houston. T.Y. Hilton. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. The extra point up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Joey Slye now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Garoppolo's throw complete here to Doyle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Now here's a pass on 1st down. It's knocked away and incomplete. Kadarius Toney, his intended target. And it's 2nd down. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. You're not going to hear Jimmy Garoppolo mentioned among the strongest arms in the league, but that doesn't mean he can't beat you with a long one.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Here's James. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. On 2nd and 12, Watson. That's complete to the tight end, Akins. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. A tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
And now this is Hilton on the receiving end. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. This is Hines. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's Watson. Flushed out right. David Johnson here on the catch. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game,
touchdown! Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Texans answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point splits the uprights. They will take a 7-point lead. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Garoppolo. He gets this one complete to Bowden. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Garoppolo to throw. And that's caught by the tight end, Granson. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. Now Garoppolo. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a 1st down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Garoppolo. He'll get this complete to his running back, Bowden. And out of bounds right around the 20.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the 1st down. Got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have as well as they understand where they are in the field.
Back to throw. Garoppolo. To the right side, complete to Taylor. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed. 2nd and 11. Watson again. This is Johnson. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And this will be a Texans 1st down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Texans, the playoffs may be out of reach, but the win gets them to 4-8 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Seattle Seahawks come to town. Meanwhile, for the Colts, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.